There is no like governmental racism, but there is some in people's mind, like.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Funto. I'm a second year master's degree student at Higher School of Economics, living and studying here in Russia. With me today I have
Jema. Hi.
So I have Jema. Jema is introduce yourself.
I'm a student, first course in Russian State University of Humanities, and I'm studying to be a translator.
So yes, you heard from Jema. She's a first year student here in Russia. She's a Russian actually. So today, what are we doing? We're going to be debunking myth about Russia and Russians. Are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
So we're going to be yes. So the first one: are Russians wicked?
Wow. Oh, I didn't think so. Like, I can say Russians are quite polite actually. Like,
yeah, I think you guys are polite because I've lived with Russians before, and we're pretty nice, like very amazing set of people. So yes, Russians are not wicked. They are nice and polite people. Did you guys hear that? Are Russians racist?
oh, I expected kind of question. Well, I can say Russians are not racist because we have quite a lot of nationalism, but not racism in international kind of word. Like we don't have a lot of black people usually. Well, it's quite exotic, and in Moscow people are used to it. So there is a lot of prejudice against immigrants, but not quite from West countries.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, to a large extent, I actually also don't think they are racist. I think also because there's a law against being racist in Russia, so I think it also helps. It also helps like curb like any racist, so-called racist attitude, right?
Yeah, there is no like governmental racism, but there is some in people's mind.
So there's this notion that everybody in Russia is rich. Is it true?
No, it isn't so. Russia is a country of contrasts. We have rich people, like very rich people, but there is a few of them, and most people in Russia are actually very poor. It's especially in some regions far from Moscow, there are a high level of poverty, and I can say people in Russia actually are poor.
So there's also another myth that Russians don't like leaving their country. So you guys would rather stay in Russia than travel to other countries. Is it true?
Yes, most actually. It is common among the youth to want to leave the country because a level of poverty in regions. So it's sad actually because a lot of young people want to leave the country.
So like it means like the older generations don't want to leave Russia, but then the younger generations, like youth, wants to leave Russia.
Yes.
So that balances it. I mean, I don't think it's bad if you want to leave Russia. I mean, sometimes just go for holidays and go to school abroad. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Like, anyway, Russians smokes a lot.
Yes, it's true. We are on the 5th place of most smoking countries.
5th?
Yes, in the world. Like how a lot of people in Russia smoke, like especially males. Like the males of older generation can smoke for. My father smokes for. Has been smoking for 40 years. It's like he's been smoking from the womb. I think it's cause of a lot of stress and I don't know. Smoking is very common in Russia.
Well, I mean, stress. Is smoking not even more stressful?
Yes, it is. But I can also say that people in Moscow smoke more than in my hometown.
Where are you from?
I'm from Vladivostok. It's on Far East, it's near Japan.
So another thing about Russian is everybody drinks beer like water.
Oh.
Everybody drinks beer like water.
Well, I can say that in Russia there is quite. I have friends who are like 18 and they do drink beer like water.
So taking beer is normal in Russia. I mean, in Nigeria, where I'm from, if you're taking beer, you're probably like an older person, or not even just older person, just like all these old people, like maybe like from their 40s, 50s, 60s.
No, beer.
But I mean, younger generations take beers, but not as not like a casual thing like Russians do actually.
Yeah.
You probably find people taking beer like at parties or restaurants or something, not just going to any open space and say, oh, I want to buy beer. Like, really? Russians?
Beer is a very light drink. Like the elder generation in Russia drink vodka or cognac. They don't often buy beer. And in Russia, beer is like cola, I think.
Beer is like cola in Russia. Moving on, another myth that I would also want you to debunk is Russia is extremely cold. Is it true?
Well, I can say that you should not think of Russia as extremely cold, because Russia is giant. Like, Russia is so big. There are regions where it's winter all year, and there are regions where it's very warm. Like, you can go for a swim in winter, like Sochi or Krasnodar. There are regions that are extremely cold. But if you're talking about Russia and you're a foreigner, you probably think of Moscow, the central Russia, and Siberia. And they are quite cold. But actually there are regions where climate is much like in Japan, like where I came from. And there are regions that are very warm, like really warm, like Rostov-na-Donu.
So, like, people should not generalize Russia being cold, but try to understand that there are some regions that are extremely cold and there are some regions that are just cold, while some regions are like very warm.
Yes,
but that makes sense.
Most of Russia is cold for foreigners, especially.
Yeah, most of Russia is cold. Because I was telling my friends that was staying in the UK, and it was complaining that they had -5 degrees. I'm like, are you serious? Come to Russia, come and experience what we're experiencing. So moving on, the next thing I want you to debunk is the fact that Russia is not as big as people think it is.
It's not so. Russia is extremely big. Like, we have a hell of problems because of Russia is just too big. Like, and I wanted to say there is another myth actually, that only Russians live in Russia. We have like half nationalities, and Russia is extremely big. Like, it's like Canada twice.
Right.
A lot of Russia, like half of Russia, is in Asia, and the town where I come from is nearer to Tokyo than to Moscow. Like, I actually lived 10,000 kilometers from here. It's like 9 hours on plane.
So imagine being in this country, one country, and from your city to Moscow is 9 hours by plane.
It's a week on a train.
What?
It's a week on a train. 7 days on train to go to one.
7 days from our city to Moscow by train.
7 days, yeah. It's.
Do you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because even from this hostel to Lubyanka is an hour.
Russia is extremely
Russia is actually extremely big. So before we go, one thing we would also try to debunk is that Russia cost of living is expensive.
No, it isn't.
No, exactly. It's not.
It's not.
Compared to other European countries.
Yes, it's very low actually. And Russian ruble is
the strong currency.
How?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like doing this. Because right now, rubles has like higher value over dollars.
Yeah, the cost of living and the payment is unequal 50,000 rubles, but in regions like Tambov region, it can be 14,000 rubles, and it's not a lot. It's like
that's not a lot.
It's like $200, I guess.
Yeah, that's not a lot. I mean, people pay more than that in a month in Canada, UK, and all of that. I think in UK you pay like about 700 to 900 pounds a month for rent, and that's like if you're being minimalistic in nature. And in Russia, you can even get apartment for as low as 30,000 rubles. I mean, if you want something good. But yeah, that's pretty it. And what do you have for my subscribers? Final words.
Come to Russia. Well, there is a lot to see in Russia. Like there is a giant culture. I love my country, and even I don't want foreign people to have prejudice against Russians,
right?
Like, because of politics, because of everything. Not all Russians are like crazy, like some people might think from foreign countries. We are just like you, and we have a lot in common.
So guys, you've heard from Jema. Russia is a great place to study as an international student. Russia is an amazing place to live in. Russia has a lot of things to offer you, and if you know you are someone that loves living life, but then you're looking at your pocket, Russia is the place for you. And with this, we've come to the end of today's video. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Should we say thank you to Jema? Thank you for coming. Thank you for doing this with me. I really appreciate you, and I hope that we'll do more videos in future. We'll do another video, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll do another video, and maybe we'll just try like some Nigerian dish with Jema and see how she would react. Alright guys, bye and enjoy your weekend.
Пока-пока.
Пока-пока.